So, last week we started looking at inputs. Now, inputs allow the user to enter some information, or the computer allows the user to enter some information. Except last week, when we used inputs, the computer couldn't do anything with that information because we weren't storing it anywhere. Well, now we can by using variables. So here you can see I have my variable. So I have my variable called age. And here, again, I'm assigning what's in that box. I'm telling the computer what I'm storing inside of this box and this variable. Except what I'm storing isn't a basic value like Mr. Peak or 22. Instead, I'm going to ask the user to enter the information that they're going to store inside the variable. So here I'm using input, just like we did last week, and then here is the question. So age equals, the variable equals whatever the user enters when the program is running. So let's take a look at how that works. So go back to create with code. So age equals input, and then my brackets and speech marks. Hello, what is your age? And then I've got to close and end my line of code. So now if I click run, we can see here it asks me the question that I put inside of these speech marks, and it's now giving me the option to enter some information. So I can enter my age is 22 and then click OK. And now we can see here that it's stored the value of 22. And later on in the lesson we'll find out how we can use what's stored inside of this variable and sort of manipulate it and put it onto the screens. But for now, what I want you to do is, if I go back to the main presentation, I've got a little challenge for you. Nope, that's not what I want to do. And back to the presentation. There we go. So, I've got a little challenge for you. We're going to share this code via a link in the Teams chat. Now all that will happen is you'll click on the link in the chat and it will open up a browser for you with all of this code here for you. Now what I want you to do is start manipulating and using these inputs. So I've got a couple of challenges for you. So remember here, these are comments like we looked at last lesson. And remember, comments aren't read by the computer. So when we run this program, the computer will ignore all of this because the computer doesn't read it, it just ignores it. So, this is for you. So your first challenge is to change line 3, and each line is numbered as we can see. So change line 3 to add a question mark at the end of the question. So at the moment, this isn't a question. So I thought, I'd start you off really easy and just, edit the question. So the second one is where it gets a little bit more difficult. What I want you to do is change line 5 to ask the user where they live instead. And remember, if you're asking them where they live, is the variable name of age, is that appropriate now? Because we're asking them where they live, would we store that in a variable called age? So have a think about that. Will you need to change the name of the variable, and what will you change it to? Now the third challenge, combine lines 7 and 8, which is these two, into one line. So at the moment, we're printing the question on one line, and then we're asking for the input. So how could you improve that to make the program more efficient? Because at the moment, we're running 2 lines of code for what could be done in 1 line of code. So remember, you can look here on line 3 and 5 for examples of how you can do that in 1 line. And I want you to merge line 7 and 8 into 1 line of code. Now the last challenge is to add a question of your choice on line 9. It doesn't matter if you don't have a line 9, just do it on the next line below. Remember to name the variable appropriately. So I want you to make up your own question. So your question could be, what is your favourite TV show? What's your favourite food, favourite drink? Where did you go to primary school? It could be any question that you want to think of. But remember, you'll have to create a variable to store that input, and you'll have to name that variable appropriately. So what I want you to do is pause the video here and complete that task. If you have any problems with the task or the code isn't working correctly, please just post a message in the chat. If you don't understand something, post a message and we can live demo it in Teams. That's not a problem. But for now, pause the video here and we'll move on. Okay, so hopefully you've all had a good go at that challenge. And we'll be moving on now.